Hello and welcome to my channel, I Win to Lose Gaming. All right, here we go. We're about to stun the boss. Let's go. We're going to get the max stun multiplier with this. And we're going to stack everything up and let's see how much damage Zhu Yuan does. This is with the Starlight engine, by the way. So, okay, here we go. This is the power of Qingyi. Right here. Zhu Yuan's ultimate. It's going to do huge damage. 200,000 damage per hit on some of those. Oh my god. The boss almost got deleted by a single ultimate. Holy cow. So I've got the craziest surprise for you all today, or at least for the next 10 minutes while you're watching this video. But I have early access to Qingyi, the next upcoming character in Zenless Zone Zero. What is this video? This video was filmed on the creator experience server for Zenless Zone Zero. And it is important to note that this is a test version and doesn't represent the quality of the final game. There may be changes, although usually there aren't any like drastic changes in terms of character balancing and stuff. However, we are missing voices and some sound effects in this version, so there is that to keep in mind. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you guys what Qingyi is about, what she can do. We're going to take a look at some of her animations, her general playstyle, and I'll just talk a little bit about her. So first of all, in the menu, we can see that Qingyi actually has a custom animation, or a different one, going from equipment to skills. Now, not all characters, I believe, have this, to my knowledge, but we can see that she goes into this angle instead of this pose. So yeah, there's just one little extra detail that they put into her for reasons, I guess. Actually, I should move my head a bit. So let's take a look at what Qingyi is all about while in combat. Now, Qingyi is an electric stun type character, and she has a pretty crazy playstyle in all honesty, because just watch this. Her B3, she'll just do this forever. Just like literally spazzing out as she's just smashing her bow all over the place, smashing her enemies with her giant stick. And if you do a hold attack, she'll do this version where she does a lot of daze damage, as well as increases the enemy's stun damage multiplier. Right here, you can see normally it is 200%, but with her, it is at 260%. And the way that she does that heavy attack there is by building up this bar, which she does with various electro lightning attacks. We can see that that B3 spam builds up a lot, where she can use that heavy attack to spend that resource. And also she has her EX skill, which is actually pretty basic, but it leads into her crazy spamming attack like this, where she can charge up pretty quickly and go into this 5-hit combo. There's a lot more interesting things about her, but let's first take a look at how much more damage you can expect with Qingyi in comparison to her most obvious competitor, Ambi. All right, so let's go ahead and stun this enemy really quick with Ambi, just so we have a baseline for how much damage Zhu Yuan will do here. So we go like this into Nicole. And we can see each crit is doing about 33,000 damage while the enemy is stunned. And we can see the stun multiplier right there was 200%. All right, so we're going to do the exact same combo with Qingyi now. Now, her playstyle is quite a bit different from Ambi's. As you can see, she just does some really crazy combos and stuff with her abilities here. And you can see her just absolutely going ham on the enemy. So there we go, we've stunned it. Now let's go ahead and do the same combo. And all the way up to 43,000 damage per shot. Holy cow. And the reason why we had such a big damage increase, you guys can see this little chart that I'm about to put up on the screen somewhere. But it went from 33,265 damage with Ambi all the way up to 43,244 damage. So if we take a look at Qingyi's abilities here, we can see this one in particular, the core passive Eternal Seasons. This is what makes Qingyi be pretty much an upgrade in comparison to Amy for most situations, is that when she does all this shenanigans, she will end up increasing the target's stun damage multiplier by 3% per stack up to 20 stacks, which ends up being 60% additional stun damage multiplier. And let's actually take a look at her idle. I haven't seen her idle yet, so let's see if we can get her to do her idle ability. Now, unfortunately, we don't have voices or sound effects, so even when or if she does her idle, it's going to be missing some of that personality and character that we've come to expect. All right, so she's kind of looking around, inspecting her giant stick, and that's about it. Okay. Pretty simple, straightforward. Maybe she says something witty or something, but we won't know, at least not on this creator experience server. Let's do a quick showcase against this weekly boss. And let's take a look at my team's build as well, just so you guys have an understanding of what you can kind of expect. So here we have Zhu Yuan. She has some of her stuff maxed out, including her core ability as well as 3 of her talents, and she's using the very free-to-play friendly Starlight engine at Refinement 5, as well as the 4-piece Chaotic plus 2-piece Hormone Punk. And of course we have Qingyi as well, who's using the free-to-play friendly Steam Oven Wenjin, as well as the 4-piece Shockstar Disco, as well as the 2-piece Swing Jazz. Finally, we have Nicole with the 4-piece Swing Jazz, as well as 2-piece Freedom Blues. And finally, we have the Vault. So let's just go ahead and fight our robot boss friend. Now, I'm not super comfortable using Qingyi yet, because, you know, literally just started to learn how she works. And I guess we'll go for this one, where we can keep the enemy stunned for longer. And we can spam her B3 like this in order to fill up her voltage gauge in the top. And we can see there, I just kind of ate that. So now we can follow it up with her heavy attack, where you can see there I actually parried it unintentionally, but it worked out for us. And now that we got the stun on it, we will unload big damage on it, thanks to the increased multiplier, as well as Zhu Yuan dealing increased damage to this type of enemy, or to stunned enemies. Okay, so yep, clean 1 cycle against that enemy right there. And okay, so here we go. So another cool thing about her, which I'm gonna try to showcase, oops, some of the commands here. It's very, I often find myself accidentally doing the heavy attack when I don't want to do the heavy attack, but she can dodge during that spamming attack when she's kind of doing this crazy B3 spam, right? You can see you can dodge during it, which is very cool. And then you can follow it up, and actually I want to hit it with the heavy attack right here to build up the stun multiplier against the boss. And now we can unload a full chain against it. And we're going to go for this. But yeah, as we can see, this boss does not stand a chance, and I may as well build up a few bullets for Zhu Yuan while we're at it. Oops. Okay, yeah. We got to mash B3. At least. Oh, okay. I guess she can't B3 through that. So she does have enhanced super armor during this as well. But you can see that her playstyle is pretty comical. She's just spamming this thing like crazy. And then once your bar is full, you want to do this heavy attack, which she's doing. And I didn't get the parry off. Okay, I'm just getting wrecked here, because here I'm trying to explain what she does, when really I should be focusing on actually playing the game. But yeah, so after a dodge counter like that, she'll go straight into B3 as well. And you want to fill up her voltage. And now that we filled it up, we go for the heavy attack to increase the stun multiplier, and bam. Now we stunned the enemy. And go into the typical chain. And we'll do the typical quick swap rotation. And look at this. Oh my gosh. Easy single cycle against this boss. Zhu Yuan's damage output during a stun window, thanks to Qingyi, is just absolutely bonkers now. She was already incredible without this, and now she is way better, like literally 30% more damage better. Let's just go ahead and show off a few more things about Qingyi. Now, one thing I really like about her is that she works on pretty much every single team in the game. So for example, on an Ellen team, she works quite well because she's an attacker and Sokaku still gets her buff because she is with Ellen. And again, Qingyi's faction bonus is based off of if there is another attacker in her team or if there's someone else from her squad, which is the Nep squad. So yeah, basically she can work with every single attacker in the game currently because of this, which is really, really interesting. It makes team building significantly different than it used to be. So anyway, let's go ahead and just have her run through this area pretty quick. But yeah, basically, because of that, she will still keep her 20% days bonus that she gets from the faction bonus, which is really nice because this is a unique way to build teams in comparison to what we've been used to. And we can go for that into the heavy attack. And she has a lot of super armor on her abilities as well, which makes her pretty comfy to play, assuming, you know, you don't mind taking some damage here and there, which, depending on the content. The other new Shiyu defense that I tried, because there's like 3 Shiyu defenses now, that one, the enemies hit really hard. So we're probably going to have more content where, you know, taking damage matters more in comparison to like the current Shiyu defense or most of the gameplay modes in general. You can see here that I'm not really playing well. I didn't use Sokaku's level 3 ability yet, which gives the maximum attack boost, but hey, no big deal. The main point though is to demonstrate that Qingyi is quite good, even on teams where you wouldn't expect her to be great, like for example the Ice team. Now, it's worth keeping in mind though that Lycone is likely still the better option because of his ice resistant shred. But if you don't like Lycone or you don't have him and you don't plan to get him and you don't plan to use him, well, Qingyi can be used with Ellen because she's an attacker. So just to hammer in the point that Qingyi is a universal stunner for so many teams right now, we have a Soldier 11 team right here, and even with this setup, we should be able to have everything, all the buffs up and everything as necessary. So we'll just clean up. Oh, that guy somehow survived. Just gonna clean up this stuff right here, and we'll go into Qingyi in a sec. We get the parry off, and we'll go through. And there we go. We're going to go for this into the heavy attack to increase the stun multiplier, although I think that was definitely overkill there. The thing is almost dead. Now, I find it super interesting that I'm always 1% short of the 210% multiplier. I wonder if it's because like one of my attacks is kind of missing, which is probably the most likely scenario. But yeah, her B3 here, that spammy thing, it doesn't do a lot of days or damage, but it's one of the faster ways to generate her voltage. The fastest way to generate her voltage is with this comical looking attack. And then once you have the voltage, you go for that big attack right there. However, of course, she has many options throughout her entire kit. So there we go. We're going to go into the quick assist in the soldier. And just like this, we should be able to clean that out. Yeah, very easy. I mean, she feels perfectly fine on a soldier team. And frankly, increases soldiers' damage more than Kaleda does, at least during the stun window itself. Alright, I figured we may as well give her a shot in a physical team as well. Because at this point, you know, we are just going to do every single type of team because we're going to showcase just how universal of a support she can be. And yeah, I mean, the fact that she fulfills her passive with any attacker is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. You can see there, just like that. Now she has been stunning and cleaning up all that random stuff. So here we go. Now we can go for the quick stun on this guy as well. And we will just use Nekomata's chain attack into Nicole's. So that way we can get Nekomata on field. And oh man, that was some big damage right there. Good stuff, good stuff. And yeah, she's just stunning like crazy right now. Feels pretty good to actually use her like this. We go for this, and this way we can do 2 of these in order to get the full stun multiplier on this boss type enemy. And interestingly, again, it's at 209% again. Oh wait, it wasn't a boss type enemy? Oh my gosh. Okay, see, like these big robots, you know, they all look the same to me. I have a bit of difficulty telling them apart, but look at that. Qingyi excelling even with a physical DPS team. I'm going to talk about a few more details about Qingyi while we have a couple more showcases in the background. Now, honestly, right now, she's probably just the best in slot stunner for every single team except arguably Ellen with Lycone, because Lycone's probably still a bit better at damage amplification due to the ice resistance shred, and she is literally amazing with every other attacker in the game and provides the largest damage amplification thanks to that 60% stun multiplier. Now, although on paper it's worth noting that there are situations where she probably stuns slower than Ambi and stuns slower than Kaleda in general, but she definitely provides a much larger damage increase than either of them do. And for me personally, I think it is worth it for those situational times where she does stun slower, although there are situations where she does stun faster too. It just kind of depends. Now, funnily enough, even though her faction bonus doesn't really synergize well with anomaly characters like Piper or Grace, I personally really like using her with Piper because yes, her basic attacks do stun like 20% slower or so, but oftentimes it's hard to even notice, and this additional stun multiplier is very easy to notice, like this over 500,000 damage assault that Piper just casually outputted and then continues to mow down the enemies around her. This felt absolutely great to use, so I highly recommend her even for anomaly teams, although you will be stunning slower, but those big numbers are just absolutely worth it. And in the future, we might get additional characters that might synergize with an anomaly build with Qingyi a bit better. So yeah, at the moment, Qingyi is just an incredible character that just increases pretty much everyone's damage by a colossal amount when the enemy is stunned, and it's really hard to go wrong with her right now regardless of who your DPS character is. Unless it's Ellen and you have Lycon, then you know you should probably just use Ellen with Lycon, but literally everyone else, I feel like she's going to be the best in slot stunner for every single team. Now, I could be wrong and we will need additional testing. I'm literally just one guy in the basement testing for a couple hours to push out this video for you guys, and let me know if you guys liked this creator experience server preview for Qingyi and what you would like to see in the future as I potentially make more of these types of videos down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Win to Lose, signing out.